The flour in the bowl. So 3 cups of flour. You fill the cup, you level it off. That's 2.
Depending on how much Johnnycake you make.
3. So this will make, you could probably get like 15 out of this.
Okay.
Depending on how big you like it or how small you want it. 50. Okay, next is sugar. 1/2 cup. Next is the baking powder. So this is what's gonna help it to rise. So we go in with 1.5 tablespoons.
So there's some people who like it a little less doughy.
Yes.
So
You
how
could
is
add-
your recipe different to that?
You can add more baking powder so it can rise more. So you can get more air pockets in the center
And less dough.
and less dough. And also if you let it rest longer. The more you let it rest is the more air pockets created and you will get that in the center. 1/2 tablespoon. And then the salt is 1 teaspoon. Okay, so that's all the dry. So then we're gonna give that a mix. Stir everything, make sure it's combined.
Now, can you
Make sure
make
I
this-
chose our glass bowl so everybody can see
can you
what I'm
make
doing.
this in a mixer?
Yes, you can make this in a mixer. It'll be a lot faster. But I just going old school since we're preserving culture here today. So I'm just doing it by hand. Okay, then we're going with the fat. So the Crisco, 1 tablespoon. Put that in there. And then a tablespoon of butter.
Does it make a difference if the butter is at room temperature?
Room temperature preferably, but since your hand is naturally like warm, it will melt. So, but yes, room temperature is best. Not too soft, just right. 1 tablespoon in. So now we're gonna work the fat into the flour, just like if you were making biscuit. Because essentially Johnnycake is like our fried bread. Yeah. And you incorporate it until you get, if the flour looks like little peas is in it, now you know the fat is distributed well. Now making Johnnycake takes a lot of practice because when I first started, I didn't get it right the first time either. So
Did you
just
work
have to
hard on
keep
the
doing it.
recipe?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Everybody got work on the recipe
Yeah.
until they get it.
Until you get it right. I didn't learn how to make it until after I went to college. I went to culinary school. I went to Johnson & Wales in Rhode Island. And once I learned the science of all the ingredients and how it worked together, I was like, oh, I think I know how to make Johnnycake now. I think I could go home and make it, and I did. And I got it. A couple tries, and that was it. Got it. So now you see the little peas balls, they look like little. That's what we want. Okay, then we went with the wet ingredients. Now, this is preference if you want to go with all milk or all water. But I just do a little of both. So that's a cup of milk. And a 1/2 cup of water.
Again, the temperature is best.
Room temperature is best. And now we're gonna stir that in. Now this is the part I was talking about earlier when I go from wet to dry. So I can control how much flour is in here and the moisture in my dough. So it looks wet, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna keep adding flour little by little. So sometimes you put all the flour in and then that's it. You will have to add water to get it back, and this is the best way.
Do you think it's the best way too? Because everything is really wet now. The sugar gets into milk.
Yes, everything.
The salt, the butter, everything gets into milk. Instead of having it too dry.
Yes, and then trying to change it.
Yeah.
Trying to fix it if you add too much. Yeah.
That's a science.
So now I'm adding flour.
Yeah, I am.
So I think that was about a half a cup. You just knead. And when you knead it, it's a fold in motion. Like you bring it in and you fold it in like that. And you know we need my flour. It's about a half a cup.
Have you ever done it the other way and using the same ingredient?
And then
And yes, how did it come out?
I've never.
You know?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You mean
Like use the same.
add more flour and then add the liquid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see how it comes. Because she said the science behind it was could be that, as I mentioned, the salt melts,
Yeah, everything
the
is
sugar get to melt,
right.
the butter get to melt. But usually when it's dry, and you just like if she didn't add same thing, if she had add all the flour and just keep it dry. I
It'll
don't
be
think the
dry.
sugar
It will be
melt.
dense.
Yeah, it'd be heavier.
It'll be heavier. So this way you get to control that. Yeah.
That's good.
So can you describe what you're looking for in terms of
Yeah,
the
so you're looking
consistency?
for a soft dough. It's gonna be a little sticky still, but it's not like sticky like to your fingers. So like I just clean my fingers and it's gonna form a soft, I don't know if you can see, let me see. Tear up the sides.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty soft. See? So that's what you want. And you just knead it for a little while.
I think that's what they said, gluten.
Yeah, so you working in the gluten, the baking powder, and all the ingredients together.
Does the flour make a difference? Like, I'm reading there, it says all-purpose. and
This
then
is
you have
all-purpose.
self-rising,
No.
you have all these different.
So self-rising flour has baking powder in it already. So I suggest you just use baking powder. I mean not baking, all-purpose flour.
And then add your,
And then add your baking powder.
That would be a mistake using self-rising.
Yes.
Salt like crazy.
It does have sodium. Yes. So you see, coming together, nice.
So don't they say like when the flour kind of doesn't stick to the side of the bowl, that means
That is right, yes.
Okay.
But then you see like it's still a little bit sticky, so I'm gonna add just a little bit. But you don't want it to be not too sticky. You understand what I'm saying? Because then your Johnny cake is gonna be dense. It's not gonna be, I'm gonna show you.
can we get a little piece to
Yes,
feel to
you
see
can
what
get a
the
little piece.
texture is like?
Yes, you can.
So you could over knead the flour, over knead it. And you over knead it too long,
No,
you could never knead it too long.
no. Well, you're gonna knead it until it comes like smooth like a baby's bottom.
So you knead it
That's the scientist. Okay, yes. You can over knead it. Oh, sorry. A baby's in here.
Is this you look at me, right?
So okay, so to stop kneading, it has to look smooth, like a baby's bottom.
We get that.
Is one type of vessel better than the other, meaning glass, aluminum,
No.
plastic? Does it make a difference in them? Okay.
No difference whatsoever. So then we have our dough. So you cover this and you're gonna let it rest for 30 minutes because what you do is you're compressing the dough. So if you try to cut this right now and make balls to make the Johnny cake, it's gonna be too dense, way too dense. So I have some in there. So I'll show you, but I'm still gonna roll one into a ball so you can see. Oh, who wanted to feel the texture of the dough?
You want to touch it?
Nobody?
You one of them textile people, huh? You like to touch things.
I'm gonna break off a piece and roll it into a ball so you can see how to do that process. And you're gonna need flour on your hands.
Little pieces.
Just a little tiny.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
Okay.
piece.
I'll
And then-
send you one.
In the bottom.
I don't break the
Okay. Oh,
Little pieces.
You don't want it? Yeah, it is actually.
it's hot. Yeah, but it's gonna out the fire. That's why.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
it's
just-
still
yeah,
sticky.
yeah. Thank you.
Anybody else?
It's hot. It's just a little bit.
But it's still pliable, it's still,
Sticks.
yeah, it's still sticky, but
Yeah.
it's,
But you can make a dough.
yeah.
You could leave it to rest for like, if you roll it and it doesn't look smooth like a baby's bottom, leave it. Leave it for like 10 minutes. Then come back and roll it again. Like I'll show you. So we left it for a little, We left it for a little bit. I'm gonna roll it and you're gonna see it's gonna be even more smoother than the last time that I showed you. Because what's happening is the gluten is relaxing. You'll see the dough spread out on the side of the bowls. See?
Yeah, I see the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much smoother.
Much smoother.
Yeah.
So you could leave it again for 5 minutes and come back and roll it again. And if you, and then and then you leave it and you let it sit for 30 minutes before you touch it again. Because what you want, so this is a tight dough. You want the gluten in the flour to relax. You'll see it start to spread on the side of the dough. Then you know it's relaxed. Then you could roll it into balls. So I'm gonna roll this one. So what you're doing is bringing the sides in, right? I'm trying to do it slow, but so you're just pulling it in,
That's too fast.
Just not slow down anymore.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
right? So you sealing everything in, and then you seal the bottom. Then you're gonna dust the surface area that you're gonna put it in, and you're gonna lay them down, and you're gonna leave a little inch two in between because it is gonna spread. So it's gonna look like this. So you see this is up, then it gets a little flatter, right? Okay. So that's how you make it
Lovely.
from beginning to end.
I'm gonna try it and the next
So-
time I see you, I'm gonna let you know.
Yes.
So you
So
never.
now you know when you're eating a rush Johnny cake.
Yes, I'm gonna fry this one for you,
Yeah.
and we're gonna cut it open,
Yeah.
and you'll see the difference
Uh-huh.
in the rice.
Yeah.
You'll see the difference in the rice.
So
I'm gonna
you don't
fry
have to
some-
roll it at all.
Okay, so you could take a, no, you don't have to roll it at all. You could take a rolling pin and flatten this out and fry it. Or you could use your hand. So it's just a method.
So if you use the rolling pin, does that also help to give you the air pocket or it doesn't?
Yes, it does. It does as well.
So did you roll that?
With my hand, these,
No, you just rolled it up in a ball and then put it.
yeah, and I put it, and then the dough relaxed, so it flatten out like that.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna flatten out the edge like this. Oh, I didn't test the oil first. You gotta test the oil first to make sure it's hot. If you put it in and it comes up, see it came up, then we know we're ready to go. Don't use water to test. Use a piece of whatever you're going to fry, or if you have a wooden stick, you put it in there, and if it starts to bubble on the end of the stick, then you know the oil is ready to go. And then when you're putting anything in oil, you put it away from you. So you put it in, away. So if anything flat, it goes that way. You don't put it this way. because you could get burned.
Yeah.
So we're gonna fry some, so you guys could try.
I really love it. Look how easy she, you know,
Practice.
shaking it out with her
Practice.
Practice. That's my dad back there. He could tell you I've thrown away dough while I was practicing. He'll come on and he'll see dough in the garbage like it didn't come out. Yeah, try again.
I guess the key to everything is practice.
Practice.
Trial and error until you get it.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously you have to figure out what you did wrong by the second attempt and fix that.
Yeah. And then when
Where it needs to be, right?
when you roll it out, you leave it on the counter. You don't have to put it in the fridge. You just leave it on the counter until you're ready to fry it.
So can you make this days in advance?
Not days now, because remember it does have dairy. So overnight.
That's the longest.
Yes, overnight.
Can you freeze the dough?
Yes. If you're going to freeze the dough, do not freeze it in a hole like this. Cut it and roll it into balls and tightly wrap it in saran wrap and put it in the freezer. When you're going to fry it, you have to take it out and you have to let it come to room temperature. Yeah.
So you can't freeze the whole dough and
Nah.
put it in a Ziploc, put it in
Nah.
the freezer.
You're gonna kill the baking powder by the time it's ready for you to fry. When it's time for you to fry, it's gonna be flat. It's gonna be flat. And then, you know, if you have Johnny cake and you want more rice, you could spoon a little bit of oil over it. It'll start to puff up some more. See that? Well, you can't see from so far, but Milana, you saw that, right?
Well, and this wonderful cameraman here is doing a fabulous job. I can see.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you gonna make it, right, sir?
Yeah, he's gonna try.
I want everybody's phone number, they didn't call me. And they make it, now come text and test.
So when you put it in the oil, how you know it's ready to fry, you're gonna see it brown around the edge.
Yeah.
Golden brown around the edge. Then you flip it.
Don't answer.
And you flip it.
Don't answer.
Like that.
But you just read it like.
So is there
Oh,
something?
let me put this one in so you can see the difference.
Is there such a thing as?
You see how dense it is?
Yeah.
Versus
you
when
can
I
see
was
the
trying
difference,
to
yeah.
roll off the other one.
Yeah.
That's why it's important that you let it rest. Rest is an ingredient. That's what I would say.
How long was that one rested?
Overnight. I made it last night at 11.
Okay.
So you rested for a while. And it was outside. And now I'm frying it.
Shortest span of rest,
Shortest span of rest, 45 minutes
45 minutes.
to 45 minutes to an hour.
But expect
But
that
30
it's-
minutes like this,
Okay.
relax,
Mhm.
then you can roll it out. 45 minutes to an hour, you can fry.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, well, with my recipe, maybe somebody else's recipe, they could do it right away. But with me, resting works best. Yeah, you get the best result. The air pockets form, everything work together, and
The resting, we're talking about it for overnight or the 30 minutes and the 45?
30 minutes on the 45. Yeah, that's good. But if you wanted to do it overnight, that works. Oh, sorry, trying to take away your jobs. Yes. So let me get a pan.
Does deep frying it compared to frying it in a regular pan affect how puffy it gets?
No, but I suggest deep frying with a lot of oil.
So this new generation have an air fryer.
I have never tried it, but I want to. I will. So I can't
give you
speak
my
for that.
address.
Yes,
This
you
is how it
can.
looks when it's done.
I will try. Oh, Milana was just showing you guys how it looked when it's finished.
That looks pretty.
Yeah. Oh, you already did it, and I over here doing it. So you already did it. So always drain on napkin. Okay. Anything you fry in,
Brown paper bag, napkin.
napkin, all of that works.
I prefer brown paper bag. But it's just not ready, you can feel it.
Yeah, no.
Unless you go to the bakery and you just save them. You know, you fold them up nice and put them in a bag. Put them somewhere in the cabinet so you could always have it. Yeah.
Do you recognize the one? Can you recognize the one that you made today?
Yes.
Yes.
Right here.
Okay.
Right here. You could come a little closer. You could see?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Little one.
This little one right here. Mhm. And if you want to make a bigger batch, you just multiply the recipe.
Or cut it in size, cut the size of the ball.
Or yeah, or you could cut it smaller. That too.